Here's a look at our Bud Light starting lineups. First for the visiting Dallas Mavericks, who try to remain perfect under Avery Johnson.
Well, of course, you got Dirk Nowitzki, the big-time forward, whom I like. Josh Howard, Sean Bradley at the center. Michael Finley, Mr. Dallas Maverick, and, of course, Jason Terry.
On the other side for the hometown Sacramento Kings, it's Kenny Thomas, Pedro Stojakovic, Ostertag, Mobley, and Mike Bibby. So what do you look for in this game?
Well, it's going to be an interesting pace. I like, first of all, Dallas, because why? They have more manpower, and Sacramento, small team, haven't been able to get it together defensively. I like Dallas in this one.
All right, no matter what, I'm guessing it's going to be high scoring, maybe triple digits for both teams, because these two teams like to run up and down the court. They know each other rather well, and they seem to bring out the best offensively in one another, so it should be a good one.
And if it's an offensive game, it favors the Mavericks.
All right, we will see if Freddie is right. Coming up next is the tip-off from Marco Arena in Sacramento, right here on NBA TV. Let's take it out to Sacramento, and the guys calling the game for us, Grant Napier and Jerry Reynolds.
Step down, but Avery Johnson now controls the fate of the Dallas Mavericks in terms of the moves that they make on the floor.
Well, you know, Avery Johnson certainly had some experience during the season. Don Nelson, I think, knew pretty much what he had in mind, and Avery probably got to coach about 10 or 12 games. And then more importantly, I think the assistants, Del Harris, Larry Riley, Charles Outlaw, all very experienced, and of course Del Harris in particular. So Avery Johnson has great help to help him through the transition.
There is a strange wrinkle in this series. As you see, the Mavericks have won 7 of the last 8 regular season meetings. And you see that Dallas leads the season series 3-1. If the Kings should win here tonight, for the 4th year in a row, it means that either the Mavericks or the Kings have won the season series 3-1. In the previous 3 years, the team that won 3 regular season games actually lost in the playoffs.
Well, the interesting thing about that is, too, is actually the Kings already won 1 game. It just isn't in the standings.
And how odd is it that Jack Nees, who blew that call, is back here tonight officiating the game between Sacramento and Dallas. You see David Jones and Mark Hyatt, the officials.
Well, Jack told me before the game he's going to get it right tonight.
I hope so. And it will be Dallas with the first opportunity. Again, Terry and Finley in the backcourt. Howard, Bradley, Nowitzki. Kings basketball here tonight for Marco in high definition. Hope you're enjoying it. Here's Bradley, and that's a bonus anytime Sean Bradley scores.
Well, that is. Went right to inside to the 7'6" Bradley and able to shoot a little hook over the 6'9" Brian Skinner.
Get Bibby Mobley with Skinner after missing 2 games, Thomas and Stojakovic. 10 to shoot, and a pass scoots out of bounds, last touch by the Mavericks.
Well, one thing about it, Kenny Thomas being guarded by Nowitzki as well, so he has to challenge Nowitzki. Nowitzki not a real strong defender, and certainly if you can get him in foul trouble, that's a real plus.
We also are very glad to have with us our national audience watching this game on NBA TV. Just underway, Sacramento with a record of 42-27, Dallas at 45-22, and a bad pass by Mobley, intercepted easily by Howard, and the Mavericks quickly back.
Yeah, soft passes mainly turn into turnovers.
Mavericks played in Oakland last night. They beat the Warriors for the 4th straight win. Last touch by Mobley. The game last night in Golden State won by Dallas 109-97.
Yeah, the Warriors really putting up a ton of 3-pointers, not making any in that particular game. Or very few.
Yeah, they're going to live and die by the long ball. There's no doubt about that. Shot clock now at 6. Here's Dirk.
Well, that's one guy can, he will live with the long ball because he can do it outside, inside. But Kenny Thomas there to challenge the shot. That's really all you can expect.
So it's a 4-0 start for the Mavericks. Here's Stojakovic, and Peja gets the Kings on the scoreboard.
Well, nice little action and a curling move by Peja going to the basket.
10.5 first quarter. Now with 10 on the 24, Terry able to create. And Terry with the little jumper, no. Bradley, and he's able to put it up and missed it. Rebound Stojakovic, and the Kings look to break out.
Yeah,
Mavericks get back in transition.
Sean Bradley, a couple of just absolute gimmies, but didn't get them.
Now Peja. And Stojakovic has 4.
Well, Peja has a lot of confidence going against the smaller Josh Howard, and you see a little step back jumper resulted in a hoop.
Bradley unguarded. Not a threat to score from the perimeter. Here's the matchup we were talking about. Nowitzki and Thomas. And the switch of the hands by Dirk came up short. Numbers for Sacramento. And Bibby and could not give the Kings their first lead. There's the rejection by Mobley on Howard, but the ball comes right back to Howard. And Stojakovic with the rebound.
Boy, nice block, Coutinho Mobley. Little smush job on Josh Howard.
And that rims out into the hands of Bradley.
You can see a fast pace. Both teams like to play up and down. Mavericks may like to play even quicker.
Well, in 10 of the last 14 regular season matchups, both teams have scored over 100 points. And with moves like that, you can see why. Jason Terry to the baseline beats the Kings, and the Mavericks back on top.
Yeah, he changed directions about 3 or 4 times.
Now Bibby. Skinner is in the backcourt tying his sneaker, and the Kings were 4 on 5, and Bibby missed that shot by a wide margin. And Nowitzki draws the foul, and he'll get to the line 4-2.
Good look at Page Stojakovic coming off a little down screen, and Brian Skinner finds Page as he gets to the basket. Now Page is just one-on-one against Josh Howard. The step back, just enough space to get it over the top, and Page looks like he's ready for a big game.
So Dirk Nowitzki at the line. He's 86% from the strike this year. And he misses the first. KB Home wants you to live like a king. Visit any participating KB Home community from now through April 3rd. And register when a complete Kings theme room makeover. Just check out kings.com for complete rules and information. Stackhouse not playing. He and Eric Dampier out. They should be back in a few days. Meanwhile, Brad Miller hoping to make it back towards the end of the regular season or hopefully for the playoffs. Brad Miller out with a fracture on the fibula. Here's Stojakovic, and Peja misses off the heel of the iron. Skinner, though, with the tip. Brian Skinner.
Boy, excellent timing by Brian Skinner. Saw the ball was going to come off right there for it.
And the Mavericks turn it over. First turnover for the Mavericks.
Now watch as Page shoots this ball, how high it comes off the ring. Brian Skinner just perfect timing at about 11 feet. Tips down into the hoop.
Bibby gets the step on Terry. Nice pass to Mobley. And Mobley would love to have that one back. Stojakovic still able to get it. Page was fouled from behind by Howard. And Stojakovic will go to the line and give the Kings an opportunity to take the lead.
Boy, nice ball movement by the Kings. The cat, Coutinho Mobley, had an open look, not able to get it, but the long rebound snatched by Page Stojakovic, who's got 3 rebounds already.
So Stojakovic at the line. Outstanding numbers at 91%.
Yeah, Page is just about automatic at the free throw line. I think the reason being he's a really good shooter.
Yeah, it's kind of simple, isn't it?
It usually comes down to that.
Absolutely.
You don't want to complicate this game too much.
And Page gives Sacramento their first lead. We're 4 minutes into this opening quarter.
A nice matchup. Mike Bibby, Jason Terry played together at Arizona. Terry was actually a 3rd guard on the championship team.
Pretty good indication of why they won the championship. As you see Skinner blocked a shot from Sean Bradley.
Yeah, that's a little something for the 7'6" Bradley to think about. Finley throws inside. Looks like he's got a clear basket, but Brian Skinner quick off his feet and says, Sean, not on my watch. Get that weak stuff somewhere else.
Dallas has missed 7 of their last 8 after making their first 2 from the field. Here's Nowitzki with the catch and shoot. Rebound Stojakovic, his 4th.
Page Stojakovic cleaning the glass tonight.
Now Mobley attacking. Drops it off for Skinner. Mobley, I don't believe, realized how wide open he was.
Or who he was throwing it to on the wing. You know, you really look for perimeter shooters normally.
Plenty of time on the shot clock. Mobley, this is a corner 3. And a rebound Bradley. The Kings never really got in sync on that offensive possession.
Yeah, they were just simply everybody in the wrong spots from the start, seemed like.
Now 10 on the shot clock for the Mavericks. They look to double in the corner on Terry. And the skip pass to Howard. 4 on the clock. Down the 2. And he beats the 24-second clock. Bibby with the rebound.
A good defensive sequence by the Kings really forced the Mavericks into a place that they didn't want.
Now Thomas challenging. Kenny Thomas with Nowitzki on him. And Thomas stays with it, but missed it. And the rebound, Terry. So both teams have had opportunities here, and they come up empty. Finley. And the Mavericks remain cold, but the Kings not able to capitalize on these missed shots by the Mavericks as the foul was called underneath on Brian Skinner. First foul on Skinner, and the first team foul on Sacramento. Beg your pardon, second team foul on Sacramento.
Brian Skinner not particularly happy with that call. Felt it was just both guys going for the basketball.
And now the Mavericks will go to the bench, and Alan Henderson will come in.
Alan Henderson, part of the trade to Milwaukee.
Kind of a loner.
Yeah, and then just loaned him to Milwaukee for waiver purposes, and now he's back and playing. Has been a very solid reserve for the Mavs.
Bradley will exit. Talk about how this changes the game with Bradley now gone and Henderson in.
Well, really, now they'll use Dirk Nowitzki more in post-up situations and keep the basket clear for cutters, as we see Howard just step into the lane. Now you don't have the basket clogged with a big guy.
So the Mavericks back on top 9-8.
And that would be the proper term, clogged.
Yep, no question about it. Mavericks shooting just 28%. Kings not much better at 30. Now Bibby with 10 on the shot clock. Looking for the posting Stojakovic. Peja now kicks out Mobley. And Coutinho Mobley has his first basket.
Well, again, Peja Stojakovic drew a lot of attention with his post-up there and found Coutinho Mobley. Coutinho's had really some good looks. Good to see that one go down.
Nice thing about that play as well, Peja also had a high percentage shot, so he can post up on Howard and be effective that way. Here's Terry, and he missed it in and out. And the Kings come up with it, 4-on-4. Bibby. And Mike Bibby has his first basket, and the Kings have a 3-point lead.
Very effective in transition. Coutinho rebounds and pushes, finds Mike Bibby for an open 15-18 footer.
And Avery Johnson wants a timeout. Sacramento with 5:16 left here in the first quarter. And Sacramento has a 3-point advantage.
Got rid of the crutches and, you know, hopefully just little baby steps, basically.
Do you have a timeline in your mind of when you'd like to be able to come back?
The playoffs start.
Really?
That's you know, anything earlier would be unbelievable, but, you know, that's just the day I got in my mind right now is game one of playoffs, whoever that is.
How frustrating is it not to be able to work with some of the new guys?
Extremely. I mean, I got to play 2 games and got hurt. We went 2-0, and, you know, it's just like, you know, it's been a hard time not being able to play, but you know, you just got to stick with it and hopefully get back.
In the short time you were able to play with them, did you feel good chemistry on the floor with these new guys?
Well, you can start to see what they're going to really be able to do. You know, defensively help us a lot when you know, I get out there and, you know, try to do a lot of the passing and high post play, what we're used to, and, you know, have those guys just kind of mix in everything.
Most importantly, does the boot at all affect your hunting and fishing?
You know, I tried to fish the other day, just can't go in the rain because it'll get wet, so you got to eliminate those days and, you know, hopefully be able to get in a little pop-up stand or something and shoot something.
All right, Brad, thanks very much for the time. Get well soon.
All right, thanks.
All right, Grant, Jerry, back to you guys.
All right, appreciate it. Jason Terry with that basket there. And it's a 1-point game. Mobley stays in the backcourt with Bibby. Skinner, Stojakovic, and Thomas. Mobley from 17. Off the front of the iron, Nowitzki with the rebound. Mavs stay with Henderson on the front line with Nowitzki, Howard, Terry, and of course Michael Finley working against Coutinho Mobley.
Yeah, Finley been quiet thus far, but now trying to back down the smaller Mobley, and Coutinho's quick hands gets the steal.
Peja. Oh, a nice move by Stojakovic. He's fouled, and he almost got it to fall. Good job by Stojakovic to draw the foul, and he'll get to the line for 2 more.
Yeah, Peja watches the ball is stripped here by Coutinho Mobley. Finley turns in. There's Coutinho with those quick hands. Peja on the other end, just a little escape dribble against Josh Howard, and you see Howard trying to catch up, runs into Peja.
Second foul on Howard, and that means Marquise Daniels will check in. Well, folks, you can reserve your seat on the Kings bench now. There are nearly 3,000 people on the Kings season ticket waiting list. You got to love Kings fans, loudest and most loyal in the world. All you have to do is call 916-928-3650 and get in on the action now. That's 916-928-3650. You can call now as you see the outstanding Marquise Daniels. He averages 11 points, 4.5 rebounds a game off the Dallas bench.
Yeah, Marquise Daniels, one of those guys, he comes in and actually makes the team better. They have no drop-off at all when they go to the bench.
Sacramento tonight starting their 19th different starting lineup of the season. Terry, nope, and Jason Terry, 2 of 5. Sacramento with a 3-point lead, looking to add on. Skinner. Here goes Glass over Nowitzki.
I think Brian, I don't know if he meant to go Glass with that left hand. Outstanding move.
And Daniels, nope. And look at Mobley coming away with it. Katino Mobley having himself a good first quarter. Here's Stojakovic. Peja from downtown. Yes! Stojakovic catching fire early with 3:40 left. He's got 10 points.
Boy, Katino Mobley, big rebound, pushes the basketball, finds Peja, and Peja finds the bottom of the hoop.
11 points and 5 rebounds for Stojakovic with 3:30 left here in the first quarter.
I thought we were watching Dave Cowens on the boards there. It's Peja.
All right, now Nowitzki. Help defense by Mobley, and they call a foul. A lot of the fans thought there was traveling, but there was a foul first.
Now watch Peja. Katino pushing the basketball, finds Peja, little ball fake, escape dribble to the left and over the top and in the well. Peja Stojakovic putting on a shooting display here, which of course Peja does just about every night.
All right, the Kings will now have to go to the bench as Kenny Thomas has picked up a second foul. That means Darius Singala will come in.
Well, and Darius has had some success against Nowitzki. Probably has guarded him about as well as anyone can, which means that nobody really can.
Devin Harrison, and how about Keith Van Horn, who they also picked up right at the trade deadline from Milwaukee. What an addition this is.
Absolutely. You know, he is kind of the junior varsity version of Dirk Nowitzki. When Dirk goes out, they bring Van Horn in, and Van Horn can do a lot of the same things. Certainly not as well, but can really score the ball.
They come at you in waves, don't they, the Dallas Mavericks?
Yes, they do, and talented waves.
And Daniels, no. And it's Mobley taking it away for Sacramento. Kings need to capitalize as Dallas is at 26%. Look at the cat. Oh, boy.
Boy, Katino Mobley, that was a cat quick move to the hoop. Used the left hand at the basket. Katino's come out strong.
A 9-0 run for Sacramento, and they lead it 21-11. And an offensive foul. It's called on Keith Van Horn. He set the illegal screen. And when we come back, it will be Kings ball. Mobley with 4 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Kings by 10. 21-11, we get to the Cache Creek question of the game. It's brought to you by Cache Creek Casino and Resort, California's finest casino resort. When was the last time a Western Conference team swept the regular season series versus the Kings? We'll have the answer a little bit later. Boy, what a start for Stojakovic here tonight in the first quarter, Jerry.
Yeah, Peja has been outstanding on both ends of the floor here, cutting to the hoop, taking a nice pass from Brian Skinner, not going on one-on-one against Josh Howard with the step-back jump shot. Peja just posting up on Howard again, draws everybody to himself, finds Katino Mobley, the cat, for an outside perimeter shot. Peja's putting up solid numbers, 11 points, 5 rebounds on only 3 of 4 shooting, so Peja has stepped out already.
Dallas having a tough time scoring. They've missed 14 of their last 17 shots.
Well, you know that's not going to continue. I mean, they simply top to bottom, when they're healthy, the most talented roster in the league.
Skinner challenging Bradley, a little bit short, and the rebound taken by Henderson. Let's set the lineup for you. It's Harris in the backcourt with Daniels, Van Horn, Bradley, and Allen Henderson. And Van Horn over Stojakovic.
Yeah, Keith Van Horn at 6'10", very long arms, able to back Peja down and just get to the spot where he could use that half hook. Little zone defense here by the Mavs, 2-3. Just going to try to protect the basket, use Sean Bradley as a goalie.
And here's Darius Singala. Oh boy, he'd like to get that one back. Wide open, he rushed it a little bit.
I think he was. Saw the big Sean Bradley come down. Now watch Van Horn just backs Peja down, gets to about 7 foot and uses that half hook over the top.
Yep. Well, you talk about Van Horn. He had 24 points last night in the win against Golden State. He was 8 of 11 from the field.
Well, we've seen, Keith Van Horn's an excellent player here again, going one-on-one against Page. That time Page forced him a little further out, made him take the turnaround jumper.
6th rebound for Page, and Mobley left open, and he takes the shot.
Well, he had a situation where he knew Sean Bradley didn't want to come out completely on him, and that gave him the space he needed.
So the lead is back to 10 with 1:20 left here in the first quarter.
Well, now with Bradley on the floor, Brian Skinner will be able to help out around the perimeter. Certainly knows Bradley is not a threat to score consistently.
And Bradley misses the runner. Rebound Sangaila, and quick outlet to Bibby. Here's Bibby. All the way is Mike Bibby.
Boy, great awareness by Mike Bibby. Page, Stojakovic, Coutinho, Mobley got to the corners. I think Dallas was afraid of those guys getting a three. Opened up the middle for Mike Bibby. And boy, Bibby took it to the hoop.
Sacramento with their biggest lead of the ball game. Now Harris, and the foul on Skinner. The basket counts, but it started with the penetration around Mike Bibby.
Now watch Mike Bibby in the open court just explodes to the basket. You see the basket left open. Everybody worried about the perimeter guys. Now watch this. Devin Harris able to get past Mike Bibby. A good screen from Sean Bradley, and that forces Brian Skinner to help on the point guard who's at the basket.
That's the first foul, or I should say the second foul on Skinner. Corliss Williamson is going to come in for the Kings, and Skinner will exit.
Well, you'll see Darius Sangaila playing probably some center. Kings really have a small lineup there, but it's not as big a problem as you might think, since really Sean Bradley is not a guy the Mavericks really go to for offense. In fact, Rick Adelman probably hopes that the Mavs will try to go to Sean Bradley consistently.
And the basket there, and the free throw by Harris.
Keep looking over there, looking for Don Nelson, and he's not there. Just a
little weird.
Hard to get used to.
And Bibby get it back. Gives to Stojakovic. Here's a corner three.
Oh, Mike Bibby passed that ball backwards. If he hadn't, he had got it blocked. He knew it and got the ball to Page in the corner.
Stojakovic has 14 already, along with 6 rebounds. 28-16. Final seconds here of the opening quarter, and there's a differential in the clock of 4 seconds. And Harris with 6.7, and it's a 10-point game. Bibby. And that ends an outstanding first quarter for Sacramento. The Kings shoot 47% to Dallas's 33%. Stojakovic with 14. And the Kings will take a 10-point lead into quarter number 2. Sacramento Kings basketball News 10 is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the NBA. Well, an outstanding first quarter for that man. Page Stojakovic with 14 points and 6 rebounds.
Yeah, Page is just doing a little bit of everything, creating a lot of problems and opening up some easy opportunities for his teammates. Maybe as good as we've seen Page play in a quarter all year, really.
Bobby Jackson still trying to, you can see in his left hand, he's got a little device to try to strengthen that wrist.
Yeah, he's got his candy striper outfit on tonight. And, probably checking to see when he's supposed to report for duty.
There's Pasha. Henderson came out on him. Nice pass to Williamson. And off Mo Evans. Let's set the lineup for you. It's Bibby, Evans, Stojakovic, Sangaila, and Williamson. Boy, with the way Pasha's shooting the ball, Rick probably would want Pasha to shoot that three.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. Of course, Page is really just trying to be an all-around player, and that's still the right approach.
Nowitzki, meanwhile, on the front line with Henderson and Van Horn. Daniels and Harris the backcourt, and here is Harris from Nowitzki. A rebound, Evans. And the Kings with numbers. It's a 4-on-2. Oh, Sangaila wasn't looking, but it goes right off the knee of Nowitzki to Bibby. Here's Evans. He went right by Alan Henderson.
Well, the quickness and athleticism of Maurice Evans, high five, going over the top using that little bankboard shot, getting better off the dribble all the time. Interesting matchups now. Corliss Williamson taking Dirk Nowitzki. Paige Stojakovic on Henderson. Sangala on
Boy, look
Van
at
Horn.
Corliss. He's got his nose right into Nowitzki's numbers. And Dirk able to break them down and flip it up with the left hand.
I mean, this guy can score a lot of ways. I don't know how you can play him much better. Certainly, Corliss Williamson is going to put a physical presence on him.
30-20, Sacramento with the lead. And that pass forced into Sangala, and the Kings turn it over for the second time. And a bump foul. The basket counts. Stojakovic picks up the personal, his first.
Well, you see the threat that Van Horn presents. You know, you've got two 6'10", 6'11" guys that are good in the open court. Little stutter step by Van Horn, draws the contact and finishes the play. So,
well, what's impressive about Dallas is you basically have two starting fives. And if somebody's not going, you go to the bench, and you can find five guys that are going to be working well on a given night.
Absolutely, and like I say, you know, Jerry Stackhouse, who's been an all-star in this league, and you got Eric Dipper not even playing. I mean, you got to really love this roster. I mean, that they simply have more good players than anybody. If you look at Jerry Stackhouse, sometimes, as you said, you've always got an answer there. I think if you're Avery Johnson, you know you got a chance to win every game with the talent that he has available.
30-23. Of course, when the Kings get Brad Miller back, they'll make a case for having a very, very deep roster as well. Patient, no, and Patient with only a second miss here in the first half. Now Van Horn gets the step, switch of the hands, too hard. But the putback by Henderson, and all of a sudden the Dallas Mavericks, who were down 12, are within 5.
Yeah, the Kings got a very small front line. The Mavs really, you wouldn't think they're big, but they are. You got 7 foot 6'10", 6'10" out there, and fairly athletic. So they come at you a lot of ways.
And Nowitzki with the rebound for the Mavericks.
Now Page guarding Nowitzki.
Dirk only 5 points here in the first half. And Pacers just picked up a second foul. So Stojakovic with 2, Thomas with 2, Skinner with 2.
Well, Rick Adelman not happy with that call. This is a post-up situation. Nowitzki just a nice spin move. Boy, it's a little tough to see exactly why that was a foul.
Mavericks obviously would love to see Peja pick up his third foul and see if they attack him. They do, but Nowitzki missed it. Williamson with the rebound. It's a 5-on-4. Nowitzki fell down on the other end. Here's Stojakovic. Missed the 3, and the rebound, Marquise Daniels, and Daniels starts up for the Mavericks. Nowitzki is picked up by Bibby, who was back in the play, and Henderson from Dirk.
Well, great transition offense by the Mavs. Certainly not good transition defense by the Kings.
Dallas now on a 9-0 run, and Rick Adelman will stop it. 3 minutes gone by here in the second quarter, and this second quarter all Dallas. Kings, though, with the lead at 30-27.
The least of it, probably the most creative coach in this league, and has been, you know, kind of went with the small ball, running a lot of guards, really designed illegal defense guidelines so he could set up what was called a lot of isolation plays. Nelly was responsible for that, and who can forget Nelly at Golden State using Manute Bol as a three-point shooter. I mean, so hey, I'm really going to miss Nelly. I got to know him, really liked him a lot, but more importantly, I mean, what a terrific coach. This league will really miss Don Nelson.
All right, and right here in the first half, Sacramento holding on to a 30-27 lead. And Nelly would do some of the craziest things. Sometimes when he'd have his point guard go out and guard the center.
Oh, you know, absolutely. He just always come up, you know, the hack-a-shack start with, the three-headed centers. You know, he just would always be creative, as we see Alan Henderson with the hustle play as Van Horn powers it to the basket. And Alan Henderson, as you mentioned earlier, coming off the bench, and just like another starting five, Henderson just running the floor, knows he won't be on there a lot of minutes, so gives you 100% effort when he is.
All right, the Kings with Maurice Evans in the backcourt. Bibby, Thomas is checked back in with Williamson and Sangala. Good defense by Henderson, and now the Mavericks look to continue their run here. And Bibby couldn't hold on, and it's knocked out of bounds.
Well, Corliss really has a little bit of advantage on Henderson, but probably took one more bounce than he needed. But had the position he needed for a little half hook, and just took one more bounce, and a lot of blue shirts got to him.
Big game for Sacramento tonight. Memphis already won in New Jersey. And that means that the Kings lose here tonight. They'll be even in the loss column with Memphis. The Kings do hold the tiebreaker against the Grizzlies. And there's Van Horn. He's been a big difference maker already off the bench with 8.
Well, you know, he is a three-point threat, as we just see there. You know, when you've got Van Horn out there at 6'10", 6'11", shoots the threes, and Nowitzki at 7-foot can. It's hard to cover them all.
There's Stojakovic. Nice pass to Williamson, and blocked by Henderson, and now they're going to call the foul. David Jones from the far side calling the foul. Not happy with the call is Henderson, and that's his first foul.
Well, we may see that Henderson may even have a beef on this when you see Darius Sangala get stopped. Nice pass inside to Corliss. There's Henderson. No, he definitely reached across him before he got to the ball. So good call by the officials.
30-30. And another difference between Nelly and Avery Johnson. Nelly would have been out at midcourt, would have already had a technical on a call like that.
Well, he'd also had a good bit of belly hanging out there, too.
Michael W. Smith, Audio Adrenaline, and many more coming to Arc Arena for Fish Fest 2005. Sunday, April 17th. Tickets on sale now through Ticketmaster or the Arco Arena box office. It's a great event for the entire family. Fish Fest 2005 at Arco Arena, April 17th.
Yeah, Nelly's a little bit like me. He couldn't get that button of his jacket button. Time, you know, as the years sneak up on you.
32-30. Dallas was 17 off the bench, mainly because of Van Horn.
Yeah, Van Horn has really been another addition to this team that gives him a much better chance in the playoffs.
8 on the shot clock. Terry kicks out. Van Horn passed up the 3. Now Nowitzki, clock winding down. No problem for Dirk Nowitzki.
How many 7-footers can spin one way, spin back, and gather themselves and knock it down? Not very many. Yeah, you just saw maybe the only one.
There's Bibby, stops, pops, nope, short. And Williamson with the rebound. And a new shot clock for Sacramento. And Darius Sangala has missed all 3 of his shots.
Yeah, Mavericks really have the game going their way, and as you can see, Van Horn has a lot of confidence in his offensive game now, just taking over.
And the Mavericks have come from 12 back to lead at 34-32. One thing in this series, big leads don't mean a darn thing unless there's about 5 seconds left in the game. We have seen both these teams come back from huge deficits in games. Thomas with the jumper. Kenny Thomas, that's his first basket. And again, the game is tied at 34.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how long Rick Adelman stays with this small lineup. Obviously has struggled against this a little longer, more athletic Mavs unit.
Daniels, good defense by the Kings. Kicked out to Van Horn for an angle 3. Henderson, though, with a rebound. New shot clock. Here's Nowitzki. And 3 more for Dirk. Dirk Nowitzki has 10.
Yeah, 6'11" guy shoots a 3 on one side, comes out the other. 7-footer knocks it in on the other.
Williamson, short. And it's picked up by Jason Terry. And a foul on Mike Bibby in the open court. First foul on Bibby. 3rd team foul already.
Well, the number of points scored doesn't match up with the pace of the game at all. Both teams going up and down, but not being as effective as they normally are or probably will be.
Katina Mobley's coming in along with Eddie House. Evans and Bibby exit. Also coming in for the Kings will be Brian Skinner and Peja Stojakovic.
Yeah, I think Rick Adelman just saw the same thing. You know, just this smaller unit was not effective against the unit that the Mavs had on the floor.
Well, and the real key here with 6:11 left in the half, you know, how long can Stojakovic and Skinner go without getting a whistle? They both have 2 fouls. Josh Howard's coming in for Marquise Daniels.
Well, probably the way Rick is looking at it is that if they only get one more
between them,
or even one more, 3's 3, you get 6. So I mean, he's going to keep him on the floor as many minutes as he can, and he's going to have to because you have guys like Dirk Nowitzki.
Well, the Dallas Mavericks lead at 39-34. That's their biggest lead of the first half. So the Mavericks have made up 17 points, down 12, now up 5.
Well, they've really tightened their defense, which is Kings just got to be a little more patient instead of less patient.
Here's Eddie House. And a rebound, Skinner. Right back for House. 3-pointer for House.
Well, good hustle rebound of Brian Skinner. Eddie House misses the 2, gets another shot at a 3, and knocks that one down. Very lucky a little bit for the Kings.
Well, he's been shooting the ball very well.
Oh, he has. I mean, the last couple of weeks in limited minutes has been good every night.
Kings in his own defense. Here's Finley. And Finley answers back with a 3. That's his first basket.
Yeah, Michael Finley, about a 3- or 4-time All-Star, has been very quiet. But, again, you know that's not going to last, and didn't.
42-37. Now Stojakovic sets up Kenny Thomas.
Yeah, nice play by Peja Stojakovic, doing so many more things. I think Peja, underrated as an all-around basketball player, has the ability to make teammates better, and he's doing that.
42-39. .440 left here in the half. Thomas almost stole it. Nowitzki. Now the kick out. Finley inside the three-point circle. Rebound Eddie House. Kings with numbers. Here's House. Stojakovic looks down, sets, fires, got it.
Peja Stojakovic, and boy, Eddie House knew what he wanted to do. Pushed the basketball, found Peja in the corner.
And Stojakovic now with 17 first half points, and we're tied at 42. That gets the fans on their feet. Well, a good one here in the first half. We're tied at 42. Well, you probably noticed it the last time you filled up your car. Hey, gas prices are going through the roof. Well, Monday, News 10 Good Morning looks at some of the alternatives we have to paying those high prices. Money-saving options. Monday on News 10 Good Morning.
Well, if Dan Elliott would buy me a tank of gas, that would save me.
Well, I got a better option for you. How about ride your bike? All right, Chair. Roseville to Arco Arena, be a good workout for you.
That would probably make my body look like a temple, wouldn't it?
Well, how about Van Horn? Boy, has he looked good for the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, he has been just almost unguardable here, going inside early on, gets the half hook, now in transition, able to pull up, little fake, and step away with a little 15-footer. I mean, the 6'10", 6'11" Van Horn now knocks down a 3-ball, so he has it going inside, outside. He has been such a key. Goes against Darius Sangala, using the quickness, draw the foul, and get the little runner. So Van Horn 10 points in 9 minutes. That's a pretty good production off the bench. We talked about this Mavs deep bench. Yeah, if I had to ride a bike to Roseville to Arco, I'd be in good shape in no time.
No question about it.
Or dead.
Yep. Now Nowitzki gets Skinner to leave his feet.
Oh boy, Dirk Nowitzki.
14 for Nowitzki. Now pressure by the Mavericks. And Finley knocked it off Mobley, and it will be Dallas basketball.
Hey, Rick Campbell here with an in-game fantasy update. We're going to be tracking Mike Bibby. He's been in a little bit of a slump of late. Last 6 games, just 34% from the field and 16.5 over that stretch. For the season, averaging 45% from the floor and 19.5 per game. As you can see, he is definitely down over the last couple of weeks, but this should be an offensive game. He should get off the schneid. He hasn't yet, just two of 6 from the field. 4 points in this game. We got our eye on Mike Bibby. We'll be back in the third quarter with more on Bibby and the rest of this game. Right now, back to Arco Arena and Grant Napier.
3-pointer is good. And 6 for Michael Finley, and the Mavericks back up by 5.
Well, you've got Finley and Nowitzki and Van Horn. They've all got their A games going, and that's a little scary.
Big turnover for the Kings, Jerry. It results in 3 points.
Yeah, just that's one of those turnovers that really should never happen.
Here's Kenny Thomas. And Thomas starting to heat up here in the second quarter. Kenny Thomas now 3 of 6.
That's good to see Kenny become aggressive offensively. Not you got to go at Nowitzki. Certainly not known for his defense. He's improved, but he's still not a real strong defender.
10 on the 24. I mean, you know what? Nowitzki doesn't even hit the rim on his shots.
Yeah, I mean, that is the net doesn't even tingle even a little bit.
So Nowitzki in his zone, he's got 16 on 7 of 10. 49-44. Mobley 20 feet away, and the rebound Howard. Mavericks with the lead and the basketball. 2:50 left here in the half.
I thought Bradley looked like he wanted to pull up for a 3. I was going to say, I think he thought he was Nowitzki for a second. Feeling went away.
He wishes he was. Boy, I'll tell you, Dirk is just amazing. Here's Howard. Uh-oh. Bad sign for the Kings here because the Mavericks are now starting to hit their threes. Howard there. The Mavericks, Jerry, are now 5 of 6 from beyond the line. They're leading 52-44.
Yeah, well, when you shoot like that, you're going to be ahead. I don't think the Mavericks can keep that up, but boys, begin to wonder.
10 on the shot clock. Here's Eddie House. Boy, Eddie House, again, coming off the bench and capitalizing on his minutes. He's scored 5 points in 4 minutes.
Yeah, he's really keeping the team in, or not just with his baskets, but a couple of nice pushes on the offensive end as well to create some easy shots.
Bradley sets a screen, so Skinner has to come out. House got a hand on him. No call. He was fouled, and the ball comes all the way to midcourt. Here's Thomas. Thomas with Nowitzki trailing. Oh, a big foul on Nowitzki, and that's a flagrant foul, and the Kings will get the ball on the side after a couple of free throws. Oh, boy. And Thomas is down for Sacramento. And this would be devastating for the Kings if Thomas has an injury. Absolutely devastating. And you hear the reaction from the crowd.
Good replay. Ball knocked loose. Here's Eddie House going after it. Ball's on the floor. Kenny Thomas comes up with it. Nowitzki trying to catch him from behind. And there is the flagrant foul. Boy.
And a timeout on the floor as Thomas is still on the ground. Dirk Nowitzki with a flagrant foul. Wow. 1:50 left. Timeout here in Sacramento.
Kurt Menefee inside our NBA TV studios. We're coming up on the Toyota Halftime Report. We'll have scores and highlights from the other games around the league, plus recap the first half of this one, and a special note on another star player who's out for the rest of the season with a major injury. Now back.
The ball got his arms, which threw him right to the ground. Fortunately, nobody hurt. At least hurt seriously. Kenny obviously still shaken up a little bit.
Well, I would expect there's a hard foul coming Dirk Nowitzki's way before this game is over. Minute 50 left here in the half. And the Kings will get a couple of free throws, and they'll be able to inbound. Well, we want to tell you Verizon Wireless presents Kings of the past 20 seasons. Tonight's featured King, former player Vlade Divac, Jerry.
Boy, Vlade Divac, Mr. King, the best passing big man maybe of all time. Able to play offense as well, just made the Kings offense go. What a marvelous player. Probably the finest teammate ever to play in the NBA.
Absolutely. All you have to do is text message VBOTS to 99464, and you'll be entered to win an LG 6100 cellular phone. Compliments of Verizon Wireless as well as the Kings 20th season prize package. And as you look at Kenny Thomas, you know, as long as you watch News 10 for Kings basketball, you'll have a chance for the victory in the Verizon Wireless Kings of the past 20 seasons. Thomas. And Kenny Thomas now with 7. Well, if you watched the game last night in Oakland, Nowitzki had a couple of minor altercations, one with Baron Davis, another with Jason Richardson. Thomas misses the second. And the Kings now will have possession, so we'll see if this can be a 3, maybe a 4-point play.
Well, this is the kind of thing that might actually be good for the Kings. You know, kind of make them aware of how important this game is to both teams, and realize you've got to bring your A game all the time.
52-47. Stojakovic has 17 in the ball game. Howard on him.
Fred Carter here at NBA Studios, and I tell you what, we got a shootout in the Arco Arena. Round 1, I tell you what, the Kings got off early. It was Peja Stojakovic. 14 early points. It put the Kings up by 12, but in comes Keith Van Horn. He gets a good 10. Nowitzki 16. Right now, Dallas has in charge, but I tell you what, the rounds are not over. Stay tuned. Grant Napier, back to you.
Howard with his 3rd foul. Be sure and keep it here at the half, as we'll have an in-depth look on our feature, Darius Sungila. Getting down with Darius at the half. Stojakovic rolled that home, 52-48. Boy, you just get the feeling that this second half is going to be a dandy here tonight from Sacramento.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt about that. And right here on News 10, you get to watch it, don't you?
52-49. Stojakovic has 19. Rick Adelman, who picked up a 700th career victory last time out here against Portland.
And would love to have 701 here tonight.
Kings trying to beat the Mavs for the first time. And Finley with the little jump up, 54-49. Finley now with 8.
Yeah, tough matchup for Coutinho. Finley about 2 to 3 inches taller and 20 pounds heavier, and able to back him right to the basket.
And a foul is called away from the ball. It's on Van Horn. Second foul on Van Horn, and the Kings will go to the line. Mavericks are in the penalty.
Well, right now, Stojakovic causing so much trouble for the Mavericks. You know, they're a little grab and holding. They're aware of him, as they should be. He's really been almost unstoppable.
I think this is the best half of basketball we've seen this year from Stojakovic.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we saw this almost consistent basis almost last year, most of the first half of the year, but definitely has not played this well consistently.
And I attribute 2 things. And number one is he's healthy. I talked to him today. Back feeling good. His body's feeling good. Second thing is he's finally getting used to playing with guys. You know, you talk about Vlade Divac, you talk about Chris Webber, you talk about Brad Miller, all guys that distributed the ball to Peja more so than the Kings guards. And they're all gone.
And they're all gone. And he realizes now that he has got to create some things for himself and for his teammates. And he has that ability, but you just don't change overnight. I think a lot of times fans don't seem to understand that.
Mavericks, under a minute left. Here's Finley. And Bradley.
Van Horn right on Peja's back
Well,
there.
it sure looked like it, didn't it? And Nowitzki now has 18. 56-51. Mobley, 15 feet away, forced that. That was not a good shot. And Skinner chases, and it's out of bounds off Finley. Nope, they're going to change it out of bounds off Skinner.
See if it's a good call. Here's the ball knocked loose. Brian Skinner hustling for it.
Yep, good call.
Good
It's off
call.
the left knee of Skinner. All right, so the Mavericks, half minute left, get it back. And Van Horn from Nowitzki. Nowitzki doing it all. That is his 5th assist to go along with 18 points and 3 rebounds.
Well, you see why Nowitzki is a candidate for MVP.
And now the Kings will take a 20-second timeout with 12.6 seconds left.
Well, just a great pass over the top of Kenny Thomas. Finds a cutting Keith Van Horn.
Well, Dirk Nowitzki, a slow start tonight, but boy, does he have it going now.
Yeah, he was slow for a minute, but he has not been slow since. Putting the ball on the floor, using the left hand, getting the hoop. Now taking a pass from Van Horn, just works one-on-one, gets Corliss Williamson to fall down and knock down the 15-footer. Jason Terry finds Dirk on the perimeter, and Dirk is finding nothing but twine. Now just a little ball fake and up over the top of the smaller Kenny Thomas. Dirk Nowitzki just simply been unguardable. 18 points, 5 assists on 8 of 11.
And he's one of the reasons why the Mavericks are shooting a blistering 74% from the field here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I don't really know how you guard him, really. I mean, he's just one of those guys that at 7 foot, mobile, can shoot inside, outside. Hey, he's got the whole game.
He is a legitimate MVP candidate. There's no question about it.
Absolutely. When you talk about the top 5 guys in the league,
He's right there.
You better have his name mentioned.
Yeah, if you don't know much about the game of basketball. And now Bibby's going to have to really hurry. Bibby, Stojakovic, nope. And so this first half comes to a close, and it's the Dallas Mavericks who will take a 7-point lead into the locker room. 58-51, Mavs on News 10.
Welcome to the Toyota Halftime Report, riding shotgun inside our NBA TV studios with Mad Dog Fred Carter. I am Kurt Menefee at halftime of our feature game of the night. The Mavericks lead the Kings 58-51. Now, we'll get to those highlights in just a little bit, but up first, we head to New Jersey, where the Nets were continuing to make a playoff push, hosting the Memphis Grizzlies in what proved to be a pretty good affair. Pau Gasol playing his second game back after missing 23 for that foot injury. Grizzlies shot 70% in the first half and still trailed by 2. Nets try to add to it in the fourth. Vince Carter, part of his 22-point night. But here comes Gasol. He played 24 minutes. Key bucket there, put Memphis up by 6. Then Earl Watson finishes things off. goes into the lane, or pardon me, hits from the foul line. Memphis gets the win, 105-96. Snaps the Nets' 5-game win streak, and Memphis has now won 9 of 12.
I tell you what, that Grizzly team is really playing well. Tough loss for the Nets. After all, they're in the playoff push. Grizzlies are going to make the playoffs. Tough loss for the Nets.
All right, let's check out the Bobcat at the Magic. Hedo Turkoglu, done for the rest of the year with that broken left wrist. Bobcats taking advantage. Brevin Knight, alley-oop to Gerald Wallace, who taps it in. Wallace with 22 points in the contest. Charlotte up by 3. Dennis Wallace getting the steal. He'll miss the transition layup, but Primo Brazic right there for the follow-up. Brazic dropped in 20. And the Bobcats get their first win on the road against the Eastern Conference team, 108-94. Second time in 4 days that the Bobcats have knocked off Orlando. The Magic have now dropped 9 of 10. And Fred, should we stick a fork in them?
I think we should. After all, when you see a team playing the way they're playing right now, and they lose twice in the same week to the Bobcats, it almost feels though this team know the season's over, coach has been fired, and when that happens, it gives players just the chance probably to stop playing, and all of a sudden I think this team may have laid down a little.
Yeah, you don't want to take anything away from the Bobcats. 2 good victories for them, but the way Orlando's playing right now, it looks like they have definitely called it a year.
And their injuries, with Turkoglu out, Francis out, and
Doug Christie
out.
Winds up being nothing for Katino Mobley, basically.
Not enough offensive players out there on the floor.
Absolutely. All right, more highlights just ahead as we continue this edition of the Toyota Halftime Report, including LeBron looking to launch in Houston against the Rockets. We'll check out those pictures and more when we come back. Well, the other game in progress out west, Sonics at the Blazers. Portland on the run. Ruben Patterson finishes off the break with the slam. And more bad news for the Sonics. They lost Rashard Lewis, left with knee tendonitis, did not return to this ball game. Blazers taking advantage of his absence. Damian Wilkins drives, hits the runner. And right now it's Portland on top by 8 at halftime. Wizards at the Jazz. Utah to break. Matt Harpring gets it back from Gordon Garrett for the lay-in and the foul. But Utah would lose Andre Kirilenko with a broken wrist in this game. Kirilenko is now done for the season. Roger Bell tries to take up for the slack. Utah leading it 78-77 now in the fourth. Cavs and the Rockets, LeBron and T-Mac getting ready for action. McGrady, baseline, and then watch this move. Move of the night. Just like Fred Carter used to do. 360 under the basket. Then it's more McGrady.
If you think that was good, get a load of this one here. Right down the pike and take that. I'll bring it to you, big fella.
Well, you like seeing McGrady so much, why not one more time? Houston battles for the rebound. They get it ahead to McGrady. That's easy. 31 points in the game for McGrady, and the Rockets get the win, knocking off the Cavaliers 99-80. The final. McGrady was the star without a doubt.
No question about it. He's really carrying that Houston Rocket team, and I like the way he's playing. He's playing some unselfish basketball. He's giving up to his teammates, and I tell you what, supporting cast of Houston, very good. They could be a conference finalist.
Well, they could be a scary team. The problem they're going to have is they're going to wind up playing on the road for the playoffs throughout most of the series.
But the first game is so important. The pressure's on the home team. First game, that's the one that's got to be won by the home team. They don't win the first game, they're in trouble. All of a sudden it becomes an even series.
Well, the Houston Rockets over the last month and a half have been playing as well as anybody in the NBA, so they could be definitely a scary one come playoff time. All right, still more to get to here on the Toyota Halftime Report. On the other side of this timeout, we'll break down the first half between the Kings and the Mavericks in the game you are watching right here on NBA TV. Well, if the Lakers are going to make a playoff push, it has to start tonight. Kobe and company riding a 6-game losing streak in to face Carmelo Anthony and the 8th seeded currently Denver Nuggets. Nuggets playing without Camby and Kenyon Martin. Caron Butler hits the jumper. Lakers had a 3-point lead, but it would disappear after that. Part of a 9-0 run is this Andre Miller bucket. Denver up 54-48 at halftime. Third quarter, Melo drives baseline, adds the foul. Denver without Camby, without Martin, no problem. 109-84. They're up by 25 points in the fourth quarter. We talked about sticking a fork in the Magic. What about the Lakers?
Well, that's like Denver taking their belt off and whipping the Lakers like they were their son. They're beating them. It's unfortunate because this was a big game for the Lakers. And to get blown out like this and let you know what they probably think the rest of the season's all about.
On the game you're watching here on NBA TV, the Mavericks and the Kings, two teams that are virtually assured of making the playoffs. Stojakovic knocks down the three. He had 14 in the first half. Sacramento was up by 10. Then Keith Van Horn got it rolling. Hits the jumper and the foul. Then it's Alan Henderson coming up with the rebound. He kicks it out to Dirk Nowitzki, part of a 23-6 Maverick run, and Dallas was on top by 3. Van Horn, then over to Nowitzki. He makes the jumper.
Well, that was a great stop and pop there.
He does that a lot, doesn't he? Dallas up at halftime of the game you're watching here on NBA TV. 58-51. Nowitzki with 18 first-half points. Keith Van Horn has a dozen so far. We'll get you all set for the second half of that one when we come back with more of the Toyota Halftime Report. Stay with us. It's now time for our Moving Forward segment, brought to you by Toyota. Tonight's Moving Forward segment focuses, Fred, on the inside game. And what does it tell you when Dallas is 24 points in the paint, but only 4 free throws?
Well, that's one thing for sure, Kurt, as you mentioned. That means you're not being challenged. There's no contact in the game. Remember, Sacramento was out there, physical player, Brad Miller. They have no one in there to defend the paint. I tell you what, Mavericks are having their way.
Right now, they're leading by 7 at halftime in a game that Sacramento would like, obviously, to win from their playoff positioning standpoint. Right now, they come into the night 4 games behind the Mavericks for that 4th seed in the first round of the playoffs, meaning home court advantage, because it looks like, once again, these two teams, if things stay the same, would meet in the postseason.
They probably will meet in the postseason. I'll tell you what, it'll be a little different ball game when all of a sudden Brad Miller's there, because he brings so much to the ball club in terms of rebounding, scoring, passing, shooting the outside shot, and really keeping the flow of their offense going on. Brad Miller, really a big guy that's missed.
All right, Coach, what do you tell Sacramento to get back in it?
Well, what they got to do, I think, is slow the tempo down. You can't play an up-and-down game with a team that has the offensive firepower that the Dallas Maverick has. You've got to slow the ball game up because they don't have the firepower. Peja picked up 2 fouls early, even though he's got 21 points. I don't think he can carry them by himself.
And if you're Mavericks, you just kind of keep on keeping on. You got a 7-point lead right now. Why not enjoy it and try and double it, huh?
Let it flow.
All right, then. Second half action coming your way from Arco Arena. Mavericks lead at 58-51. Let's send it out to Grant Napier for the second half call.
12. Let's hear it for your team. Jerry, we have talked about this so often, but if the Kings are going to win this game, the Kings starting backcourt of Bibby and Mobley are going to have to score more than 10 points a half. That's what they combined for in the first half. That will not get it done against the Dallas Mavericks.
No, really. I mean, you really have to get big numbers from these two guys to have a chance, because you know that the Mavs are going to put up 100+ points. So, you know, for the Kings to get that, that means Bibby and Mobley need 20 themselves.
Jerry, I know one of your favorite terminologies you like to use is value of the ball. In the last 6 quarters of Kings basketball, only 7 turnovers.
Yeah, they're doing a great job there. And, of course, a nice set play for Mike Bibby coming off a double screen, not able to get it.
Yep. Bibby has not been shooting the ball well from the perimeter. Most of his baskets coming from in the drives and around the paint.
Yeah, he has. It's been amazing. You know, he just had about a month stretch where he didn't miss anything on the perimeter and been struggling a little bit of late, but finding other ways to produce. And certainly in this game, he'll have a chance to get to the basket.
Did I just see Dirk Nowitzki miss his shot?
No, I don't believe that. You know, you thought you did. It's just a...
There's the shot from the perimeter by Mike Bibby. It's a 3-ball.
And that's what Mike needs. As we know, Mike on many occasions have went for 20 and a half, and certainly capable of doing it in this type of game.
58-54 Mavericks. And here's Sean Bradley, and Bibby fouled him, and they're going to have continuation. Oh, gee. That's not continuation. They got that on the floor.
Now watch as the pass goes in here. Here's Bradley. You'll see Bibby foul him right there. Now he puts the ball up. I don't think that's continuation. Let's get another look at it. Wonk. Then he shoots the ball.
Wow. Well, they count the basket, and it's 60-54. Bibby has his second.
Well, you learn something every day.
Yeah, you do. 61-54 Mavericks. And the halftime lead of 7 is right back to 7. Grant Napier, Jerry Reynolds. We welcome our national audience watching this game on NBA TV. Glad to have you with us. Sacramento and Dallas for the 4th and final time during the regular season. And the miss from Kenny Thomas, rebounded by Howard, who's with Terry, Bradley, Finley, Nowitzki.
Well, one thing about the Mavs, whoever rebounds the ball is going to push it up the floor unless it's Sean Bradley.
And Bibby with another foul. Boy, oh boy.
That was a delayed call. May have been the correct call, but certainly a little bit delayed. Mike not very happy about it. Thought he may have gotten by with a chance to knock the ball loose.
Second team foul on Sacramento. And for Bibby, he's still barking. That's his third.
Yeah, he's got to get past it now.
And it comes to Bibby. Mobley got a fingertip on that ball. Bibby ticked off right now. Oh, my goodness. Mike Bibby missed the driving layup. Normally, that's his bread and butter.
Yeah, I thought he would use the backboard, chose not to, and put it up on just over the rim, missed it.
And Terry, no, the rebound, Skinner. Skinner with his 5th rebound. Let's see who can heat up for the Kings. Stojakovic had 21 in the first half.
So Michael Finley taking Page of this trip.
Stojakovic. He said, try somebody else on me. You can't stop me.
This tells Avery Johnson, you got anybody else over there you want a little work? Because it's been a Euro shootout here tonight. Dirk and Page going, putting up some great numbers. Of course, that's not unusual. We've seen it about 30 times here in the last 3 years.
61-56. Here's Bradley. Missed it. Rebound Skinner. And Thomas got hit in the bridge of the nose. He's not even yet across the timeline. He's late arriving. You'll see him come into your picture right now.
Yeah, that'll stunt your breathing a little bit.
And that's the offensive foul on Stojakovic, his 3rd. And it will go to Dallas. That's only the 5th turnover of the game for Sacramento.
See Page with that little nice fadeaway over Michael Finley. And now the charge is you see Howard getting a body in front, although he didn't have any either of his feet in possession. I mean, so.
Wow. That's, by the way, the 4th turnover, not the 5th for Sacramento. 3 minutes into this 3rd quarter. Nowitzki with the step back.
Oh, that's
you can't defend that.
You see Kenny Thomas, his eyes just roll back in his head.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? You just got to try to keep making him take tough shots. Obviously, he can make some of them. We just saw the last one.
Bibby gets around Nowitzki. Now Stojakovic. Oh, turn the sprinkler systems on. Page Stojakovic is on fire. 26 for Stojakovic. Timeout, Mavericks. Page Stojakovic, 7 of 10, 8 of 8 line, and it's 63-59 Dallas. 63-59. Here's our answer to our Cache Creek question of the game. Cache Creek Casino Resort, California's finest. And when was the last time a Western Conference team swept the regular season series against the Kings, Jerry?
Well, I can think maybe 99 the Portland Trailblazers, but I don't know who else. Phoenix. So, boy, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yep. Well, the Dallas Mavericks have a chance to do it here if they can hold on, leading 63-59.
Well, one thing about it, 4 points separation means absolutely nothing. And Kings, as long as Page Stojakovic can get some good looks, are going to be in an excellent position in the ball game.
And that's a travel, and the Kings now will get it back.
Boy, good defense by Page. Josh Howard really wanted to put the ball on the floor and create a foul maybe. Now watch Page moving his feet, getting in front, creating a good position.
63-59. Here's Mobley. Tina Mobley now with a
tough shot. Michael Finley defended Coutinho about as well as you can, and we're seeing big-time shooters making shots.
Now Finley. Michael Finley with 8 first-half points. And the Kings again come up with a steal.
Rick Campbell back here with an in-game fantasy update. We've been tracking Mike Bibby, still struggling. 3 of 9 from the floor, just 7 points for him. You know what, though? Dirk Nowitzki and Page Stojakovic going head-to-head in this one. Arguably the 2 best shooters in the NBA, and they're going toe-to-toe. Page leading all scorers with 26 points on 7 of 10 shooting, and Dirk Nowitzki with 20 points on 9 of 13 shooting. These guys both headed for over 30 points. This is looking like a great game, so let's get you back out there right now. We'll be back with more fantasy analysis in the 4th quarter. Now back to Arco Arena and Grant Napier.
Nowitzki now to Terry, wide open from the corner. Ball took a wicked bounce off the iron. Rick Adams furious at the top of the screen. And there's Thomas with a big rebound.
Boy, Kenny Thomas taking the elevator shaft right to the top.
Stojakovic challenging. And that was passed to Skinner, and back-to-back turnovers for the Kings after doing such a great job in that department. They now have 6.
Yeah, trying to make plays that aren't there. Probably Page was in a good situation. He saw the big shot blocker, Bradley, but a ball fake might still have gotten him the basket.
So it's day 63-61.
We saw Page throw about 8 fakes in a row at Joel Prisbilla and get shot. So,
and Finley hits the long-range jumper.
Well, I saw him.
11 for Finley.
Coutinho Mobley make a tough shot on Finley, and Finley makes a tough shot on Mobley. Of course, these guys have known each other's games for a number of years.
And Bibby now 3 of 10 from the field. Oh, boy, that was too easy. Howard went right through the Kings defense. And Rick Adelman calls a timeout. Nobody stopped the ball, and it's 68-61 Mavericks.
Johnson moves from that assistant role to the head coaching role, and really it's the 3rd time he's done it this season. Earlier with Don Nelson out with shoulder surgery, had a 10-game stint, goes 7-3. Then a 3-game stretch when Nelly was out with his wife having surgery. But since taking over the club, a perfect 3-0, including a win last night in Golden State. This is game number 4 as the official head coach. Now, he doesn't have a long-term contract yet. His agent was out of the country when he got the job. They will sit down and get something ironed out in the offseason. The other thing is he instantly gets credibility. These guys remember Avery as a player. Grant and Jerry, it's got to be pretty nice to get that instant credibility from the guys.
Well, it really is. I think he probably gets it maybe even more from the fact that he actually coached this team a number of games. So they know him probably as much as a coach as how he used to play. And I think that's probably what players look for. What can you do to make us better?
Well, it's 68-61. The Kings had several opportunities to tie or go ahead. Now Mobley with a miss, and the Kings starting to miss shots here in the 3rd quarter. Bibby went for the steal in the backcourt, so it's a 5-on-4 the other way. And Finley missed that badly. Mobley with the rebound. Kings look to run 5-on-3. Bibby, no one on him.
Well, great ball movement. Coutinho found Mike Bibby in transition. As you said, Mike Bibby just walked right into an open shot.
And a 3-point field goal makes it 68-64.
Well, Brian Skinner playing a little off Sean Bradley, able to try to help on everyone else, and particularly Nowitzki.
And Stojakovic comes over and steals the ball from Bradley. Here's Mobley. The cat all the way.
Well, the Mavs tried to make a pass at Coutinho Mobley instead of getting back, stopping the basketball, and the cat exploded right to the rim.
And it's a 2-point Dallas lead as we approach the 5-minute mark of the 3rd.
Everybody knows you can't grab a cat out in the open area.
Nope. And now Thomas answers back, and that's going to be called a flagrant. So they're going to give 2 shots in the basketball.
Watch Dirk Nowitzki coming to the basket. Brian Skinner there getting ready to help Kenny Thomas.
And they're going to call goaltending as well. You know, Jerry, I guess they didn't call a flagrant. I beg your pardon. I thought they did. They actually called goaltending.
Yeah, the ball was taken off of the glass. I don't know. I don't really...
David Jones pointed, and he used the motion to the side. He was pointing to the side of the floor, normally, which signifies a flagrant foul. I believe the conversation is, was it a flagrant or was he signaling goaltending? Count the basket. Right now, the scoreboard has the basket good. And they are indeed calling it a flagrant 1.
Well, Rick Adelman can't believe this, and I don't know that. I don't know how this is a.
How is that a flagrant foul?
I don't see anything near a flagrant foul there. That is.
That's terrible.
That's just not correct.
Well, that makes it 71-66.
If that's flagrant, then there'll be about 15 more, because.
Right, here's the bottom line, okay? If there's no flagrant in the first half, Nowitzki on Thomas, they don't call that. But that should change the
Fred Carter here, back in the NBA TV studios. I tell you what, we got a playoff-like atmosphere at Arco Arena. Both teams are throwing offensive blows at each other right now. Dallas has control of the ball game, but Sacramento, a team that's undermanned and hurt, will not go away. Dirk Nowitzki and company have got to play well if they expect to beat the Kings. Now let's go back to Grant Napier.
And Thomas has just picked up another foul, his fourth.
Well, but that should be a flagrant too, based on the last one we saw.
Yeah, that's a good point. There was a lot more contact on that foul, Jerry.
Yeah, I mean, now watch this. He fouls him here with his belly button. That should be maybe 4. But
now Thomas has to leave the game. And Nowitzki will go to the line. 23 for Nowitzki.
Well, I certainly agree with officials when they try to clean up the game, but boy, you just can't call a flagrant foul unless you see a flagrant foul. That's all.
72-66. Devin Harris in for the Mavericks. Darius Sangala in for the Kings.
Rick Calvin still.
I don't blame him.
I don't either. I mean, I'd have probably, well, good thing I'm sitting over here because I would have been gone.
Yeah.
I'd have been in the locker room having a Diet Coke.
73-66.
I mean, and certainly this is a tough game to call, but that wasn't a tough call to make.
4:35 left, third quarter. Here's Mobley. Boy, Katina Mobley missed an easy shot. And it's going to be Dallas now. Coming down at the other end of the floor. Foul is on Katina Mobley. And with 4 minutes and 31 seconds left, that's the 15th foul. So the Mavericks going to step to the line.
Yeah, Kings really got to kind of settle down now. Looks like, the couple of questionable things that went against them. You've got to shake it off now and play the game. As I said, I'd been back in the locker room drinking a nice Diet Pepsi.
I thought that's what you said.
I'd had 2 by now.
And Nowitzki misses the free throw. 4-6 from the line.
I think Dirk knew he didn't really deserve some other opportunities, so wants to give something back.
74-66.
Well, Devin Harris, the rookie out of Wisconsin, trying to pressure Mike Bibby, forcing him to give up the ball. Mike did.
5 fouls for the Kings this quarter, none for the Mavericks. Bibby, little hesitation. Skinner. And he's fouled. Kings will inbound on the side. Harris picks up the foul.
Once Mike Bibby gets right to the basket, just rolls off. There's Brian Skinner with a nice rebound. You see Devin Harris grabbing an arm as Skinner comes down.
Three-pointer. Nope. And Josh Howard dribbles out of a crowd. Kings backcourt tonight, 9 of 25. They have combined for 20 points, but it's 9 of 25 shooting. Finley, nope. Rebound, Bibby. 74-66.
Well, one thing we know, the Cat can put up numbers in a hurry, and certainly with Peja Stojakovic on fire, as Grant Napier might say, all the Kings need is Coutinho to join him.
74-69. Peja with his 5th three, and Stojakovic now with 29 points. 5-point Dallas lead, 3.5 remaining, third quarter. And Harris to make it 76-69.
Yeah, Devin Harris, the quickness, just able to explode past Mike Bibby.
And a delay of game. And Jack Neese tells Peja Stojakovic to knock it off. He threw the ball kind of slowly at Devin Harris.
I think it definitely, these teams aren't going to be up close and personal and friendly after this one.
There's Mobley, took a bump, no whistle. And Mobley makes the basket, he's got 12.
Well, Coutinho playing himself into this, and as we've seen Coutinho do so many times, seems like he loves the fourth quarter. And you know Mike Bibby likes the fourth quarter, so just got to get close.
There's Devin Harris. Howard lost it, but Henderson picked it up and ran with the ball, traveling. All right, so the Kings will have it after the whistle. 2:47 left. It is 76-71. And there is a substitution as Nowitzki heads to the bench.
And Keith Van Horn, who only had 12 and a quarter, comes in, so Kings can't forget him.
So Van Horn in. Stojakovic double. Sangala, strong take to the basket. Here is Skinner. 3-point game.
Well, nice penetrating move by Darius. Wasn't able to get a clean look at the basket, but found Brian Skinner, who did have a clean one.
Skinner has 6 points and 7 rebounds. Rebounds from Sangala, and he flips it back for Mobley. Coutinho. And it was stripped by Devin Harris. 2 minutes left. Bibby with a steal. And they're going to say he used his leg. And they call the whistle on Bibby.
Now watch this as Van Horn comes up, a little soft pass. Oh, that's a great steal.
You know, I mean, this is ridiculous. Absolutely horrible officiating.
That's a great steal.
Now
He already had
76-73.
had possession before it even began to touch his knee.
How do you call that?
Well, that could be a really damaging call, because the Kings certainly would have had a steal in transition.
And Sangala able to save, so Kings get lucky there. Bibby back for Mobley. Here's Stojakovic, but the blocking foul is now called. Mobley on the pass was fouled by Howard.
Only the second foul on the Mavs.
Fourth foul on Howard.
Now watch Mike Bibby finding Coutinho running the lane. You see Howard not establishing any kind of position. But that was a great steal by Mike Bibby. It's just unfortunate it doesn't get credit.
Really. Evans is in. Stojakovic will sit with 29 points.
Yeah, Rick Altman trying to give Page the minute and 34 seconds here, plus the time quarter break.
Bibby. 2-pointer. And Mike Bibby is now 4 of 14 from the field.
Yeah, those are just absolute sure baskets by Mike Bibby. Has not made them tonight.
Evans is on Van Horn. He's fronting him. Patterson. And a foul called. Jack Nees blows the whistle. And it's on Coutinho Mobley. Second foul on Mobley.
You get a good look at it as the ball goes inside to Henderson. Henderson fakes, sees Brian Skinner. Now Mobley from behind. Boy, again, now that I'm through talking about it, but that looked like an awful
You don't have
clean.
to talk about it, because if you have eyes, you can see it. Blockbuster wants to give you the chance to win more than a King's ransom. Just visit any participating Blockbuster store now through April 3rd for your chance to win $25,000 or other great prizes. See Kings.com for complete rules.
Well, this is a good officiating crew, but they have missed them tonight. They are struggling, because that was another outstanding clean block by Coutinho Mobley.
Here's Mo Evans from the baseline. 1-point game.
The Kings just got to keep fighting through these things. One thing about it, breaks go against you, they'll go your way if you just keep playing hard and aggressive.
Yep, you're right about that. Harris. Now it's Nowitzki from the angle. Rebound Sangala.
Ball in and out by Dirk.
And the Kings can take the lead.
Coutinho looks like he got hurt on that one.
Differential on the clock of 5.5 seconds. Four to shoot. Mobley's going to have to hurry. Mobley. And that's a 24-second violation. The ball never hit the rim. So the Mavericks now will have an opportunity. Dallas also will have the ball to start the fourth quarter. So a big possession right here for the Mavericks.
Yeah, Kings really need a stop here. Only one down. Great position.
Harris down to 3. And so the third quarter comes to a close. We have got 12 minutes of basketball. The Kings end the third quarter on a 6-0 run. And with 1 quarter of basketball left, Dallas with a 76-75 lead. Dallas and Sacramento, another dandy of a game, just like the last time they played here at Arco. The game would go down to the wire. Big games for both the stars. Chris Webber was able to get around Nowitzki whenever he wanted to. Webber would have a big ball game. The Kings would lead at the half, 64-61. Mike Bibby led Sacramento with 25 points, a big 3 there. There were 4 lead changes and 3 ties in the third quarter. There was never more than a 3-point lead in the fourth. 5 minutes left. Here's Mobley with just seconds remaining. The Kings up 1. No goaltending. All right? And then the Mavericks would score at the other. And Bibby with a chance at the buzzer to win it. He misses the 3, and Dallas wins it 115-113. And the official that missed that goaltending call, standing right in front of us, Jack Nees. He's the crew chief working this game tonight. 76-75, Dallas with the ball to start the fourth quarter.
Well, both
Daniels
teams,
and Terry in the backcourt.
Both teams just scorching the net from 3-point range.
And the 3 no good by Terry, and the rebound Skinner. Let's set the Kings lineup. Bibby, Evans, Mobley, Singala, and Skinner. Dallas is 15-1 this year when they lead after 3 on the road. Mobley looking for the lead.
And this is Coutinho Mobley time. He loves fourth quarter pressure and is starting big.
Sacramento now on an 8-0 run. They lead at 77-76. Here's Nowitzki. Foul. He'll get to the line.
Now watch Coutinho. Takes the ball from Mike Bibby. Just a quick catch and shoot. Has a super quick delivery. Josh Howard or Marquise Daniels just not quick enough to get up into Coutinho.
Foul on Darius Singala, his first. And we're tied at 77. Dirk Nowitzki this season, unbelievable numbers, double-doubles, nearly 27 points a game, 10 rebounds, scoring obviously 3rd in the NBA. And the Mavericks have the lead back at 78-77.
Yeah, when you look at those numbers, it doesn't even tell you that as a 7-footer, he shoots a high percentage from 3-point range as well. That's why he's so productive.
Here's Mobley. And that ball is forced a little bit into the hands of Marquise Daniels.
Yeah, the Cat did not have a good look at the basket that time.
Daniels too strong, out of bounds, and it'll be Kings ball.
Mike Bibby going strong for the ball, knocked it loose from Alan Henderson, who then knocked it out. Henderson doesn't agree.
Fourth quarter action here from Sacramento. A 1-point Dallas lead. Dallas looking for a sweep in the season series against Sacramento. Last year, the Mavericks won 3 of 4 regular season games, but the Kings won in the playoffs against the Mavericks in 5 games. Singala, nice turn. Darius with a beautiful up and under.
Yeah, had nowhere to go on the left side, sneaks up and under. Darius a little English on that ball to get it to drop through.
79-78.
First basket for Darius. Had a big game against Dallas the last meeting in Dallas.
10 on the shot clock. Nowitzki. And he gets to bounce his way, and Dirk Nowitzki has 30 to lead all scorers.
Well, when you're a great shooter, you get great bounces as well.
Stojakovic will come in at the next whistle. Mavericks by a point. And Bibby is fouled by Van Horn. Van Horn has picked up his 3rd foul. And Mobley out, Stojakovic in.
Now watch this nice basket by Darius. Draws a couple of Mavs to him, sneaks up and under on the other side for the protection and gets the hoop.
Kenny Thomas is going to come in as well. Brian Skinner will exit. Thomas comes in with 4 fouls. So it's Stojakovic, Thomas, Singala on the front line. Bibby and Evans, your Sacramento backcourt. Bibby gets free from Terry, and here's Kenny Thomas. 9 for Thomas, and the Kings have an 81-80 lead.
Well, good ball movement. Mike Bibby able to penetrate and found the wide open Kenny Thomas.
gets it back in a new shot clock. Boy, a big rebound for the Dallas Mavericks. Van Horn, and that's in and out. Rebound, Stojakovic, his 7th. Bibby from 15. Yes.
Oh, Mike Bibby in the full dance mode, able to dance on Jason Terry, getting into the paint.
Thomas with a block, and now a foul. Evans fouled Henderson. Timeout on the floor with 8 minutes and 59 seconds left. Kings and Mavericks, as good as advertised, just about every time they hook up. Tonight is no different. 83-80 Sacramento here in the 4th. We'll be with you Saturday from the Mile High City, and boy, the Denver Nuggets playing well. Carmelo Anthony as George Karl has turned around that team. 5:30 on Comcast Sportsnet with House Party Live. 6 o'clock with all the play-by-play.
Boy, he certainly has. That team was just floundering, going nowhere. Shows you what a coach can do. And George Karl, very, very good coach, proven it many times, proving it again.
Sungala, Stojakovic, Evans, Bibby the backcourt. Thomas also joining those two on the front line there. Meanwhile, Van Horn, Henderson, Nowitzki, Finley, and Terry. What a treat it is to see the Kings and the Mavericks play, because the games are as exciting as we see each and every year.
Well, and you see 48 minutes of basketball, too. I mean,
great stuff.
Great stuff.
I want to tell you, the Kings bobbleheads are back at Carl's Jr. Get yours for only $4.99 with the purchase of an adult combo while supplies last. This week's featured bobblehead, Brad Miller. Check out Kings.com for complete information.
How come we don't have a Joe Nolan bobblehead?
Heads don't come that big.
That good point there.
I wonder if on Brad Miller's bobblehead, if, you know, they have a fracture on the leg there.
They have a bobble leg.
Yeah. Dallas just 1 of 7 here in the quarter.
Fred Carter here again at the NBA TV studios, and I tell you what, we really got a barn burner into Arco Arena, and it's star power. Dirk Nowitzki leading the Dallas Mavericks, and Peja Stojakovic leading the Sacramento Kings. Keep your eye on this ball game. What to look for? Mike Bibby. Why? He struggled throughout the whole ball game shooting. Looks like he's found his eye. Time and score does not affect his game. Look for Bibby to come up big. Now back to Grant Napier.
Michael Finley just briefly went under it, got caught on the screen, and that's all Peja, the space and time he needed.
Jerry, you like 32 points on 12 shots?
That is production.
And here's Henderson. Missed it. Rebound Thomas. 86-82.
Alan Henderson had an easy one.
Here comes Sungala. He spins, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the line. 13th foul on the Dallas Mavericks.
Now watch as the ball comes into Darius Sungala. Peja will take Finley in low. Now step out high. Finley goes behind the screen, and Peja says, I'll make you pay for that move. And then Darius Sungala, a little spin move against Van Horn, and Henderson comes in trying to help. Gets there late.
Yep, Henderson with a second. Sungala, and the Kings now from the line are 12 of 13. Sungala just 3 points, but he has 5 big rebounds and 3 assists.
I thought you were trying to help him with that shot a little bit.
I was trying. I thought it was going to be short when he left his hands.
Well, I could tell, and I think that little extra oomph might have made the difference.
No oomph needed on that one.
No, sir.
88-82.
That one was oomphless. Well, Kings just need some stops. Obviously, so difficult to get against this great offensive team.
And Sungala comes up with it.
Well, trying to play two-man basketball, Van Horn, Nowitzki, and Darius Sungala snuffed it out.
Bibby, boy, if he could just get his shot going. Thomas over Van Horn. And a rebound, Nowitzki. Stays 88-82. And Nowitzki graces the iron short. Evans has it. Well, coming up next is the News 10 Special Edition with Dale Shornack and Christina Mendonca. Kings fans, stay tuned for the News 10 Special Edition. Evans almost lost it. Sungala. There he is, walks in. Thomas. Fouled, he'll get to the line.
Kings coming up big on the basket. Boy, Darius Sungala, Kenny Thomas taking turns playing a little Annie over here. Darius steps through, can't get the roll. There's Kenny taking it up strong. You see the push in the back and a whack on the arm for his trouble.
So Kenny Thomas from the line this game, 1 of 2. He has 9 points.
And Kenny Thomas coming up big, just like the News 10 anchor team. Well, they come up big every night, don't they?
They sure do. And that's coming up next right after Kings basketball. Kings will shoot free throws for the rest of this quarter, Jerry.
And that's a good thing, Grant, especially if you make them.
89-82.
And boy, they've been making them all night. Certainly not every shooter on the floor good free throw shooter.
14 of 15 are the Kings from the line. 2 more for Thomas, and the Kings have an 8-point advantage.
I'm getting excited, Grant. I'm ready for a big finish here.
The 11-2 run. Here's Finley, cut off nicely by Sungala. Nowitzki has a little bit of a mismatch. He knows it, and he goes to work on Evans. And that's what makes Dirk Nowitzki so darn good.
Yeah, Maurice Evans, here again, he's kind of thinking, what are you supposed to do about that? Not much. Just play him as hard as you can, as long as you can. He's going to score some.
90-84. Boy, a lot of contact down low. Stojakovic got hit right on the top of the head. Here's Bibby. Mike Bibby, he's been quiet, but that's his 14th. He's 6 of 16, 92-84.
Yeah, Page, it looked like maybe got hit right on the ear. And boy, that will really ring bells for you.
And Nowitzki, nope, rebound. Thomas, look at that rebound. Oh, boy.
Kenny Thomas.
Oh, boy.
Whoa. He came down a little funny, too. But probably not enough oxygen up there.
Here's Thomas. And he lost it, intended for Sungala. And now Katina Mobley will re-enter the game. Mo Evans will exit.
Watch Mike Bibby trying to find Page. Page has really got an ear that's bothering him, so he said just hard drive to the right, pull up, and give you a big basket.
The Cat is back.
Well, a lot of firepower on the floor right now, although a smallish lineup.
There's Terry. Sungala comes out to show a little bit. Now they switch defensively. Here's Van Horn. Howard tip knows. Sungala has it.
Well, Josh Howard just missed time slightly.
6 minutes. We're under that, so we're at the halfway point of the fourth. Bibby foul. He'll get to the line. Oh, that's batted into the stands. How can you not call that? That's got to be at least a delay of game, if not a technical. What are these officials looking at?
As you see, Mike Bibby, little pull-up, draws the contact, and there's a little volleyball smash into the front row. Another look at it, Dirk Nowitzki.
And they did call a technical foul. It was a late call, but they finally called it. They huddled up. That's the correct call. Good job by the officials. Nowitzki doesn't like it, but that's the proper call. Stojakovic looking for his 33rd point. (93-84). And there is a timeout on the floor. 5 minutes and 43 seconds left. Sacramento with a big fourth quarter. They have the lead.
Who did a great job, and if you remember in '97, a great game against the defending champion, University of Kentucky. They go to the overtime, and in the extra session, Bibby leads them to the win, and they come away with the big crown. Now in their NBA careers, Bibby in his 7th season, Terry in his 6th. Their numbers are remarkably close, with Bibby averaging 1 more assist a game, shooting just a little bit better. In the ball game tonight, Mike has 14 points. Jason Terry being held to just 4. But to keep those guys updated on the NCAA tournament, their alma mater playing tonight against Oklahoma State. Late second half, Arizona up 61-58. Grant and Jerry, back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Jim. Right here, it's 93-84 with 5:43 left.
Well, this is a spectacular game going on here right now. And boy, the Kings just got to keep scoring the basketball. Mike Bibby creating a lot of pressure for the Mavericks defense, finding his open teammates.
All right, Mike Bibby. But a pair of free throws here. Bibby has not been to the stripe this ball game. And Sacramento continues their hot free throw shooting. 17 of 18. 94-84.
Well, you'd like to think that this Mavs team might be a little tired from playing last night, but with the depth they have, probably not. Mavs only 8 points in the first 6.5 minutes of this quarter, so that's outstanding Kings defense.
Dallas just 2 of 13 here in the fourth.
Oh, a little travel time by Van Horn.
And Van Horn gets the Mavericks.
Rick Hamill back here with another in-game fantasy update. I told you Dirk and Peja would be in the 30s. Right now, Peja with 33, Dirk with 32. They're going head-to-head. These teams are going head-to-head. We may be seeing a first-round preview. They're slated 4 and 5 right now. Peja 6 of 7 from downtown, and these guys aren't done. They may, in fact, get to 40. And Mike Bibby, the guy we've been tracking all game, he's got 16 points, but not a great line on 16 shots, just 6 of 16 from the field. So it looks like another sub-50% shooting game from Mike Bibby. You know what? We're going to be back with more fantasy analysis on this game and the entire NBA at 1 a.m. Eastern time for NBA TV Fantasy Hoops. Right now, back to Grant Napier at Arco Arena.
Kings with a 97-88 lead, 4:40 left. Bibby. Nope. And the rebound, Van Horn.
Well defended that time. Devin Harris really challenged that shot of Mike Bibby.
Boy, what defense by Sangala.
Darius Sangala has did the best. Several guys have tried Nowitzki, no question. Sangala been by far the best, making Nowitzki take some tough challenge shots.
Thomas. Now the step back on Van Horn. And the rebound, Finley. And all of a sudden, the Kings have stopped passing the basketball here. Van Horn banks behind a back dribble. And Van Horn with the driving layup. 7-point game.
Outstanding individual move. Van Horn at 6'10", 6'11", able to go behind his back and create a hoop. Well, Kings need a basket this trip, and as you said, need to get more ball movement. A little too much one-on-one play.
Stojakovic has 33, blocked but a foul, and he'll get to the line for his 34th and 35th points, possibly.
Watch Van Horn behind his back against Kenny Thomas, and then right to the basket over Peja Stojakovic. That was sweet. Another look, very quick. And a nice finish.
Jerry, the biggest key, I think, in this fourth quarter, in addition to the Kings defense, has been the fact that they got the Mavericks into the penalty so early, and they are really capitalizing at the foul line. 18 of 19 of a team. We just saw Bibby make 2. We saw Thomas make 2 before that, and now Stojakovic at the line, 91% shooter, and a chance for a 9-point lead again.
Yeah, very important, as you said, because really the last 3 possessions, Kings have went really one-on-one basketball. Maybe got bailed out a little bit on that last one, giving Peja a chance to score some points, and due to the free throw situation. So, but the Kings really need to get back to moving the basketball better if they're going to close this game out and win it.
35 for Stojakovic. His career high is 41. Howard with Terry, Nowitzki, Van Horn, and Finley. Harris.
Oh, boy, Devin Harris. You see the explosion that Devin Harris, a rookie from Wisconsin, able to just turn the corner and beat everybody to the rim.
99-92.
Yeah,
3:15 left.
7 points, but the Kings got to score the basketball. You know how quickly the Mavs can score.
Kenny Thomas. Automatic for Thomas on the perimeter. And it's 101-92. 3 minutes left.
Well, Mike Bibby knows that between Kenny Thomas and Peja and Coutinho, he's got some help out there.
Here's Nowitzki with a 3. Well, you don't want to leave him open. 101-95.
You actually don't even want him to have the ball in his hands under any circumstances. What a big-time shot maker.
2:40 left here in the fourth. Howard and Stojakovic really battling near bottom of your screen. Thomas, this time he goes to the goal. And it's off Dallas, out of bounds. No call was made there. The Mavericks thought there was a charge on Thomas, and the ball went off Dallas. Dirk Nowitzki, 35 points. But the Kings lead by 6. Well, we've got a dandy here from Arco. Here's the last call. No call. Watch this, Jerry. Is that a charge? Really? Is it a block or is it a no call? They called it a no call, and they called the ball off Dallas. And then what happened? Here comes Avery Johnson during the commercial, all right? And Avery Johnson got hit with a technical.
Yeah, Avery very frustrated. Felt like there was a charge there, or certainly the officials had missed the call. I'd have to say Avery has a good point there. Looked like a great position by Keith Van Horn. Just as we said earlier, this game is impossible to officiate 100% correctly. Sometimes the breaks go against you. That one definitely went for the Kings.
Dallas only 18 in the third, 19 in the fourth. And how about the European stars? Nowitzki going against Stojakovic.
Well, Dirk Nowitzki just absolutely great, getting a step-away tough hoop against Kenny Thomas. Now going against Darius Sangala, little ball fake, then shoots it over the top, gets a Finley shooter's roll. Page is not to be outdone. Mike Bibby finds his favorite target in trailing position for the 3-ball. And now Mike, as he penetrates again, Page is standing behind the line and knocks down the long bomb. Both Euros coming up big, each with 35.
And we have been seeing glimpses of Peja Stojakovic in the last 2 weeks of him getting his game back to where it was. And without question, tonight is the best game for Peja Stojakovic this entire season.
Without question. And I'll tell you what, the rest of the league better get ready, because Mr. Stojakovic can carry a team.
102.95. And the rebound taken by Terry. A lot of time was on the shot clock when the Kings took that.
Yeah, probably wasn't the shot that Rick Adelman or Mike Bibby wanted to see taken right there. Mike hoped to penetrate deeper.
No threes. Good defense by Stojakovic on Van Horn. And here's Howard. And he missed it. Out of bounds. Dallas ball.
Well, boy, Josh Howard right on the basket. Missed a sure layup. Get a good look as the ball's tipped away now. Both Howard and Kenny Thomas going for it. It looked like
Finley there.
Or Finley. Looked like Finley hit it last.
I don't think that's the correct call.
I think looked like Finley hit the ball.
But you know what? Right? They called it incorrect at the other end, so maybe it evens up.
Well, or maybe unless they say it hit. Now they got it squared away.
Well, the Kings with 2 minutes left now will inbound, and Rick Adelman saying use some clock here.
Yeah, the officials don't have instant replay like we do, but they got it right. Like I say, this game is it's impossible to get 100% right. You just hope it evens out. And certainly tonight, I think it, for the most part, has.
And a foul will send Bibby to the line. Van Horn has picked up his 4th foul, and the Kings, with 1:44 left, can make life very difficult for the Dallas Mavericks. The Kings 21 of 22 from the line. Well, the last 3 seasons, one of these teams has won 3 and the other one has lost 1. And the team that has won 3 games has lost in the playoffs. Last year, the Kings lost 3 games to 1, but they won the playoff series in 5. The year before that, Dallas won. And Mike Bibby tonight, 8 assists, 17 points. And when you add them up over the last 7, they look like that. He's not going to be happy with the percentage from the floor, but everything else he's going to like. Well, he missed the second.
Well, he's adjusting too. You know, he's become more of the floor leader. He has the ball more, and it's probably taking his toll on his shooting a little bit.
And I don't understand how you can allow guys to shoot threes when you have a lead like this. 103-98. Sacramento in this 4th quarter, 11 of 12 from the foul line. Ten on the clock. Peja from 28. And a rebound, Nowitzki, and a foul on Thomas. And for Kenny Thomas, it's his 5th and the 3rd team foul, non-shooting, and the Kings will inbound, or the Mavericks will inbound.
Well, that was even for Peja on the very edge of his range, about 28-footer.
Well, the clock was winding down. No threes here. You cannot allow a 3-point field goal. 103-98. Harris missed it. Rebound, Thomas. Sangala affected the shot enough.
Yeah, Harris exploded to the basket, but Kenny Thomas there to at least challenge it.
9 rebounds for Kenny Thomas, along with 15 points.
Big possession here. Score will do it.
Bibby, 5 on the shot clock. Here's Bibby. Nobody there, and he throws it away with 44 seconds left. And the Kings give the Dallas Mavericks another chance, and they call a 20-second timeout. They now change it to a full. It's been changed to a full timeout. Dallas ball with 44 seconds left. 103-98 Kings. 103-98. They had another good finish in Dallas back on February 24th. Sacramento and Dallas. The Kings scored the first 10 points of the ball game. Dallas, though, would have the lead at the half, 58-55. Mike Bibby had 26 points for Sacramento. The Kings actually took an 88-82 lead into the fourth, but Daniels got hot. Daniels with a dunk. Daniels with another baseline move. The Kings would falter down the stretch. Brad Miller with a big pick on Devin Harris, who had to go to the showers, but it was simply too much Nowitzki and Finley. And when it was all said and done, the Dallas Mavericks would beat the Sacramento Kings 122-113.
As you said right now, you want to deny the easy 3 opportunity.
Finley missed it. Mobley with the rebound. And he's fouled, and he'll go to the line. So Cuttino Mobley, who has 14, gets to the stripe for 2 more.
Now watch a good effort here as Michael Finley gets to the basket. Left hand, not able to get it. Darius knocks it loose. Nowitzki, and here comes Cuttino over the top. Gets the loose ball. Big rebound, Cuttino Mobley, and then draws the foul.
Cuttino Mobley loves the second half of games. He's money down the stretch. Tonight he has not been to the line. He has 14 points.
He does. He and Mike Bibby love the fourth quarters, especially late fourth quarters. You see the season with Sacramento obviously much better in the second half.
Big free throw here to make it a 3-possession game. Timeout, Mavericks. 20-second timeout. And it's 105-98. And they're all on their feet here at Arco. Jerry, what a ball game for Sacramento. If they can hold on, the Mavericks have won 4 straight. And the Kings right now need this win to stay in 5th because Memphis and Houston both won earlier this evening.
Absolutely. Big win. More important, it's a big win against one of the elite teams in the league, something the Kings really have not done. Peja Stojakovic has led the way by knocking down the big 3 balls on a consistent basis. Peja Stojakovic, spectacular. Mike Bibby with a backwards pass. Peja, his teammates finding him on a consistent basis because they know Mr. Stojakovic can produce, and you're seeing an artist in action, one of the greatest shooters in the NBA today, and his teammates know it. They're getting him the ball, and he is playing like it, playing like we've seen Peja Stojakovic play in the past. Boy, 36 points, Grant, on 13 shots. That will get it done.
And on Saturday, he'll be matched up with, of course, the young Carmelo Anthony and the Denver Nuggets. We'll have it for you over on Comcast Sportsnet.
Yeah, Carmelo and the Nuggets and George Karl may be playing as good as any team in the NBA right now. So the Kings have definitely got to bring their A game to have a chance over there.
.32 seconds left. Here's Nowitzki. Passes up the 3 to attack. Missed it. And that should do it. Dirk Nowitzki misses it. Nowitzki with 35 points, but that's a big miss. Nowitzki 13 of 23. He has played 44 minutes in this game.
Well, now watch Dirk. Great move here. Able to get the basket. Misses the easiest shot that he's had tonight. And probably as amazed as the Kings fans and just grabs Darius Sangala. No other opportunity.
Sacramento 24-26 from the line in this game. And the Kings lead at 106-98.
Boy, free throw shooting has been spectacular and definitely a big reason for this win here tonight. Kings taking advantage of the free tosses.
As soon as the Mavericks got into the penalty, for all intents and purposes, the way the Kings have shot at the line, the game was over. And Avery Johnson is going to look at his team lose to the Kings for the first time this year. 107-98. And they let Harris go. 107-100. And Songaila is fouled by Nowitzki, but they didn't get the whistle. Dirk, a three, no good. And a foul. Stojakovic fouls Howard with 15 seconds left. Looked like a foul from here, I'll tell you that.
Well, it did from this angle. What's scary, you would think that 7 points, 15 seconds, you can't lose, but it's with Dallas, you always wonder, pass in, not a good pass in. Maybe should have taken
not a good one.
There had been a good opportunity just to take the timeout. You don't really have what you want.
Howard. And now it's a two-possession game.
Yeah, Kings have two timeouts, so possession is more important.
Get the ball in the hands of Stojakovic if you can. Trying to miss that intentionally. Rebound Peja, and he's fouled.
Yeah, exactly right. A little bit surprising, and yet it's a good move because really when you're down 6, you've got to have 2 possessions. So that was Josh Howard trying to get a quick turnaround.
Stojakovic with 36 points and 9 rebounds. He's 12 of 12 from the line, and Mark Cuban not going to have much to cheer about tonight.
Maybe the quietest you'll see Mark Cuban, but obviously disappointed in this game by his team. But you know, he's seen a lot of good performances by the Mavs, and they just ran into a Kings team that played extremely well here tonight and very hard. Obviously, it's one of those action games. A lot of calls going for you, a lot of calls going against you, but Kings coming up when they had to.
All right, so Peja Stojakovic with 13.9. And there it is, 109-101. Stojakovic has 37. Harris with a 3. And that will do it. And the Mavericks will not foul. And the Kings with a huge victory here tonight in Sacramento. It's all over. Rick Adams with career wins 701. Stojakovic has 37. And the Kings win it 109-101.
So the Dallas Mavericks go into Sacramento, get the victory, and widen their gap over the Kings in that race for the final spot in home court advantage in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. Welcome back inside our Secaucus, New Jersey studios. I am Kurt Menefee. The NBA TV game of the night proved to be a good one as the Mavericks won 109-101. So let's check out the final stats from this one as Dirk Nowitzki led the way. The Kings won, pardon me. The Kings won 108. Did I say Mavericks? 108-101 the final. Dirk Nowitzki with 35 points in a losing effort. Peja Stojakovic got hot in the second half and took it over. And the Kings get the win 108-101 behind his 37-point, 9-rebound effort. Well, a good finish in Seattle. We pick it up.